Okay, what's up, guys? This is TheBattleRifle. This is a quick progress update for Landmark City. I haven't done an update video for a very long time. It's been over a year since I've done a progress update video, and if you've watched the last one, um, quite a lot of stuff has been added for some reason. Also, we're on 1.14.1, I think now. This is the 14th of May, 2019. Um, there's a bit of a bug with it's just specifically the Chrysler building. I don't really know why. Like I can go ahead and load back into the server and it's still the same, but that's quite annoying. Anyway, um, so basically, what have we done since then? Quite a lot of stuff. I posted updates on the Planet Minecraft. You might have seen those, but I'm going to go over everything that's been added since the last update video, which was March last year. Um, so Willis Tower has been added, which is currently the tallest building in the city. It's one of four buildings that reach all the way to the world height limit with the antenna. But in building heights, we're not like I'm not like including the antennas. So in terms of roof height, the Willis Tower is the tallest. Like if I go level here, you can see all the other buildings that are like over here. The roof isn't like as high as those. And I am also playing on Realms, so for whatever reason, Realms has like a render distance limit. It's really annoying, probably just to prevent server lag. But I should have put this in my single player WOD really. But yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and empty this inventory. But yeah, so this is pretty much like what's happened since so the World Trade Center stayed mostly the same. I've done a few tweaks here and there. Added stuff onto the roof just to, make it look more just to give it a bit more detail, Finished quite a lot of buildings, Dutch Bank building. Done a lot more filler buildings, what we call filler buildings, are just like random sort of complexes of like apartment buildings, office buildings, buildings that aren't really like significant landmarks per se, but just to give the city more of like more of like a mixed feel, like to make it feel more like a city. Like my friend Martin, who's also helping me work on the city, he's built all of these, so he's helping me with some of the filler buildings. I've done this one myself, um, and yeah. So these are also filler buildings. I'm just going to kind of go around the city and just like pinpoint bits here and there. This isn't a replica by any means, but this is St. Paul's Chapel, which is a real building in real life, but it doesn't look like this. I just decided we needed like a chapel of some sort. My friend Martin made this one. Um, but yeah, so that tower there's still quite a lot of landmarks that need to be made. Um, we're going to get around to that. So one thing that I will say is up to this point, well, up to recently, every single block that you see was made hand by hand. We didn't use fill or anything because it didn't exist when we started working on this world, which was back in like 1.12 something. Well, when I started on this world, and then Martin didn't help me until we were in 1.13, and then things really started to like progress from there. But so some of the older building, I don't like again this shadow glitch on Chrysler is quite annoying, but um, all the old buildings are still here. Empire State, just kind of been adding stuff around it. We've got 432 Park Avenue now. I've got my own Grand Central Terminal, which it's like its own. It's not based on anything. I thought it would be too much effort to include the real one, and we don't really have much space underground because the road, everything you see, the road and the street level is at 3 depth, so we've only got 3 blocks to work with going down. I didn't want to make it super raised, so I just decided to build my own sort of Grand Central Terminal. And that clock tower you see on the top there, I didn't add it into the 1.14 update, just to kind of, and that clock tower is kind of like a symbol of Landmark City's sort of introduction to the 1.14 update. But everything like this was made in 1.13, so was everything else, World Trade Center and all that stuff. That was actually made in 1.13 as well, which is, I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so one of the bigger projects that we've done was this pyramid. Now, this pyramid has approximately 750,000 blocks. I think it's 163 blocks wide on each side at the base, and then it kind of goes up -2 blocks every block you go up. Now we probably did about, I'd say, 100 to 200,000 blocks hand by hand, and it was so time consuming. And then we discovered fill, and then we finished the pyramid recently with fill, which is like late April, just after the 1.14 update. So that's that. We also made it out of cut sandstone because we started making this before all the new sandstone blocks came out. If we started making this now, we'd probably make it with different blocks, but but yeah. If you open this world in Mineways, this is just such a big, like, this is definitely the biggest sort of thing that stands out in this entire city for sure. It's like it takes up so much space on the map, but it's just, do I regret its location? Kind of, but there's not really much we can do about that now, and it's just kind of part of the city, you know. We build everything else around this now, which is fine. We've got a little observation platform thing here. Yeah, so that's the amount of blocks that's in, the exact amount of blocks that's in this pyramid, and construction started on 19th of February and completed on 28th of April, and made by me and my friend Martin. I'm actually going to do that. Another thing that I've made since is the Rockefeller Plaza, well, the 30 Rockefeller Plaza, the GE building. All these buildings, the landmarks, famous landmarks, are built to scale with the rest. Like, so this is built to scale with the Empire State Building and vice versa. Empire State Building is built to scale with the World Trade Center. But yeah, so it's got the rooftop observation deck. A lot of people prefer the top of the rocks to the top of the Empire State Building, and the interior isn't like accurate per se to the real thing, but I did what I could, did to make it look nice, you know. And I've still got to make the rest of the plaza, but I've kind of put that on hold for now because when we discovered Phil, a lot of different stuff I had in mind. That's the MetLife building under construction right there, and I really wanted to create this sort of this is a really long street right here that goes all the way to the World Trade Center, and I really wanted to create this look of like you're just walking down the street and then you've got this massive tower like towering at the end of the street. I thought that'd be really cool. Also, since the 1.14 update, I've added a bunch of shops using some of the items, like the lectern. I think is a really good. I think it's called the lectern. I'm not sure, but this is a record shop, for example. I've used the barrels and stuff, and the lectern for putting books on. The lectern's really helpful. This is a shop in the Empire State Building as well. Most of these shops are empty, but yeah, there's like space in there for people to put shops and stuff. So what else have I done? Oh yeah, I've done the one of the Chrysler building shops, which is a stone car, all the new sort of blocks. So yeah, this is fully well and truly into the 1.14 update now. And again, most of these are empty. But I'm going to go show you this for a little sec because this is one of the biggest parts of the map so far. One of the biggest additions. It's not the biggest. It's probably like the third biggest, but you'll see why if you keep watching the video. But so Grand Central Terminal, we've got a train system that leads all around the city. So you've got the northbound line and you've got the southbound line. Now they kind of loop back around. So like when this is finished, this line will go all the way around the city and then come back and finish here. It terminates here, and there's a load of different train stops. I'll actually go and ride the. No, I don't want that. I'll go and ride the tracks just to show you what I mean. This never works when I do it when I'm recording. It's really annoying. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know. Okay, this works every single time I try, like while I'm not recording, and then when I'm recording, it always messes up. So this will take you around. This is Golden Gate Bridge, the lake as well. I'll get to that in a second, because they are also some of the biggest projects in this city. But yeah, so this takes you all the way around, around the city, and you know, with a big render distance, this will look really nice as well, like going around the city. But yeah. So the train system is something that I was going to do underground originally, the subway system, which you can actually see the entrance to over there, that little bit sticking out there. But I've decided to make the subway system abandoned. I started it, and then I didn't really do anything about it. And I decided to make it overground because, again, because of the lack of space we have underground on this world. But yeah. So pretty much, yeah, this will go. This is, what was this, North Greenwich? Is it North Greenwich? No, it's Avery Street. Why am I saying North Greenwich? I've been to London too much. Okay. So yeah, then this will go around to the back of the World Trade Center. This is kind of a bigger train station, this one. This was going to be an office building. This is called North Station. This was going to be a bigger train station. I can also make this look a bit nicer now with the new update. I might do that actually. But this was going to be like an office building, but I repurposed it. It was kind of up to where it is now. Like this floor was finished, and I just kind of left it unfinished, and it was going to go to about, you know, just shy of the height of that building right there, the Dutch Bank building. But then when I was making the train system, I didn't really know how else to navigate it around without, you know, I didn't want to put it too close to the shore to make it look ugly. But I was just like, I might as well repurpose this. So this, what was going to be an office building, I just kind of repurposed as a train station and put a roof on, which I think is pretty cool because that does happen in real life sometimes. Like old buildings get repurposed for new things. So I decided to do that, which is cool. Because you've got this like massive platform and then a massive entrance, and then it just goes right out into the World Trade Center. But yeah, so this goes around, and then it goes around here, past some of my like UK buildings. And then it goes all the way around. Yeah, so it goes onto the other. I have to finish this. So this, I forgot to say, this is kind of like an island, like kind of Manhattan-esque, but yeah, it goes around, and then it goes onto the other island, the tracks. Goes around, and then it ends up at Landmark City Arena, which is one of my favorite things that I've made, and it's the lengthiest, one of the lengthiest. I mean, most things in this city are pretty lengthy projects, but yeah, you get the idea. So Landmark City Arena is huge, and it is a concert arena basically. It's got controllable lights, closable roof, like sunlight or whatever. I set the time to day here. You get the sunlight through. It's also got a backstage like section. Yeah, it's also got a VIP bridge over to Toadstool Tower, which it has VIP accommodation in there. And if you go around here, you've got like the light controls. Yeah, so this is the roof. where like closes the roof shutters to not let sunlight through. So you can turn everything off. You can turn all the lights on the inside of there off, and you can shut the roof. So you can make it pitch black in that room. If you're playing survival, like you could use it for spawning enemies in here, stuff like that. But yeah, it's all redstone. It all goes around. The lights are toggleable. Same with the roof lights as well. If we go up here, you can see it's kind of like, yeah, and there's like a little maintenance walkway if you got to replace a light bulb or something, stuff like that. But yeah, and yeah, it did take me a very long time to make this. I wasn't really sure how I was gonna um, make that, but I decided this was a necessary addition um, to the city. So this goes around. Still got to finish this bridge off. Then this actually carries on past the pyramid, and then this is the station at the pyramid. Uh, but yeah, so I haven't. This is where it ends. It's gonna go round probably past that, and then meet back up to the southbound line, which is it also goes into the terminal. Um, Again, these are fillers that my friend Martin made. It's just a bunch of fillers, just to give the city a more like complete look. Because obviously you still got loads of patches that are just empty right now. Um, it just helps complete the city like so much more with filler building. So yeah, that line that I was on about will finish here, and there'll probably be a couple more stations over there somewhere. This line I'll get to in a second. But first I want to talk about. Let's talk about this actually. So this is 53 West 53. It's a building in New York City. It's not entirely based on it, but it's pretty accurate to what it is in real life. It might be an old design actually. I can't remember fully, but this is a very complex tower for sure. Definitely, it took me like an entire day to make this because it was like frame sort of structure is very hard to do in Minecraft. But it's basically a very high value luxury apartment building. And you can see I've like filled some of them in. Like you've got like a bunch of sofas here, a little table, some chair, like a TV, like balconies. So, like each apartment has 2 floors as well. So like in the game, it's got quite nice apartments as well. I just wasn't sure how I was going to do it in the game. Obviously, as you get closer to the top, you've got less and less space. But yeah, so it took me a very long time, but I'm quite like the way it turned out in this. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that as well. It's also one of the taller buildings of the city. I'll actually, before I go, I'll show you the list of the tallest buildings in the city, the tallest things, because Golden Gate Bridge is actually up there as well, which I'll get to in a second. So you see our height as well, 100 160-ish, 170. I have a rule where every building that exceeds 150 blocks must have a beacon somewhere on top. Buildings that are shorter don't need one, but after 150 it's compulsory. Like this is just 100. This is 161, so it needs one. Same with the Empire State Building. Same with Park Avenue. Now, Citigroup Center doesn't need one, but has one anyway because it's quite a tall building on its own. Like it towers over its neighbors pretty well. Willis Tower obviously has one, and so does the World Trade Center. The South Tower doesn't actually have one, but it doesn't need one because it's right next to its neighbor, the North Tower. So the Golden Gate Bridge is massive, to say the least. And we should probably talk about the water as well. So I didn't. This world was a super flat world, which was all just grass, 3 blocks deep. So this is 3 blocks deep of water, and then beneath that is bedrock. Now the way I did this originally is I would have, I would dig out blocks, and then I'd fill them with buckets of water, and that was a very, very time consuming time-consuming process. You can actually see the outline of where I'd like use TNT, and then I put the seawall there. So I did blow all of this. I blew out with TNT, and then obviously I've done the seawall over there. And then what I didn't realize is that you can. I'll try and show you in a. But actually, I kept an island as well. So I was blowing up the land, and I realized like there was like one little island that I'd missed, and I was like, actually, I'm going to keep that. I've also put scaffolding all over this just to give it more. I just wanted. I was really testing out the new update, so I just covered this as scaffolding to make it look really ugly, but I thought it was funny. Scaffolding is also a really cool addition, by the way. I think it's a really cool thing. But where am I? Yeah, so all of this was done block for block. But what you can do, which I didn't realize, is say you want to fill a I'll do it right now actually. So this is what I did on a massive scale right here. So I dig out let's do a 4x4 and then like that, okay? So say this is like 1,000 by 1,000 blocks. So instead of filling like block for block, you can do this. It's kind of like, well, I mean, it's the infinite water source, basically. Like, it's a very commonly known sort of exploit, but then it will fill the whole area. And that's basically what I did with the whole sea. So I'd destroy the area with I'd destroy the area that the sea is going to be in, and I'd do that. And it's very satisfying to watch it all fill. Um, But yeah, so that's what I did with this. And this bridge is super long, and this is one of the lengthiest things I've had to make, including the sea, because I made the sea at the same time. And this stretches all the way over to the other side of the island, which currently has the airport under construction. There's the west line, which connects to the central terminal as well. This is Landmark City International Airport under construction. I'm still building the roads right now, but the bridge finishes here. This is going to be a car park. This is the train station at the airport. And then again, these roads, the entrance is still kind of under construction right now, but this is the main terminal. And you go through, and then yeah, there's a plane there as well. I have got credits to all the designs for the planes inside the aircraft, so I do have credit for those where it's due. But yeah, so here it was mostly this is still under construction at the moment, but this is mostly used with fill, right? So we discovered fill, and we were like, oh damn, like this is going to be really helpful for the construction of this airport. I still need to fill a bunch of concrete in here. I need to make another taxiway here. There's one taxiway, and you've got the main runway over here. The sea actually stretches out all the way over here. So where this is blown up here, this will all be sea eventually. I just need to get rid of that section of land. The runway sticks out sort of into the sea. With the runway liner lights right here, so a plane would like come into land here. You can't see it now, but there are like lights on the runway. So I've done the accurate runway lighting as well, and this runway is very long. I tried to make the runway length accurate to real life, but cut it a few blocks short in the end, just because it's long, man. Planes need a lot of runway to land, especially long haul planes. Don't know what that guy's on the runway. Might want to get off of there. But but yeah, so that's the runway. That's the progress on the airport so far. When I started making this, I knew this would be the biggest project to date, and that's quite a common theme in this city. So I'll work on a project and I'll be like, okay, this one's going to be bigger, and the next one's going to be bigger, and then the next one's going to be bigger. That is a recurring theme, mainly because the bigger I make this city, the more I realize what it needs, you know, and a city needs an airport really. So I'm going to try and make this as best I can. It's still got quite a way to finish, but the base is there. I just need to fill it all in now. Finish the car park. The train station is done and functional. This line will take you all the way to the terminal. But yeah, so we need to finish this road and stuff like that. But yeah, that's one of the bigger projects that I'm working on right now. It goes under the bridge as well, which is cool. But yeah, so yeah, the sea is pretty big as well. It kind of stretches all the way over here. I'll show you. So that carries on that way a little bit, and then it eventually crosses back over the sea. I wanted to make when you come in from the airport, I wanted to give you two options. You could either go across the Golden Gate Bridge with, a horse or like walk across the bridge, or you can take the train and take a more sort of scenic approach. Now, this is where the train comes back from the airport. It goes over this bridge. There will be water going down there as well, and these are two little islands um, that you can take the train to. You can kind of go like a scenic route. Um, there's another little island here. That's the other one. All this water will eventually meet up here. Um, and then yeah, it goes back over here. These little bridges. This I was going to make Canary Wharf, which is London. I have yet to make anything there though. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. Then it goes back around here, and then it goes all the way around back to the Grand Central Terminal. Now this is the sports complex that my friend Martin's made. I haven't done too much around here because he's mostly done all of it, but you've got I think it's ice hockey in here. Yeah, we were going to use ice, but we couldn't really make it work with the lighting without melting the ice. So we eventually settled on glass, which is fine. 'Cause it looks fine. So this is ice hockey. Again, these are all still under construction. This is tennis, some smaller tennis courts, and then this is football slash soccer. But yeah, so that's what my friend Martin's been working on. And we're pretty much back to here now. You could, I could sit here for hours and explain like what we've made. Like that's a little stable. This is the mall. Um, oh, one thing I do want to show actually. So shout outs to who is the design from? So we've got a functioning bank as well. And we've also got a deposit system. You can create an account there. It's pretty cool. And then this is deposits. So you chuck them in these barrels, and then it goes down, and then people downstairs deposit it into your account, sort of thing, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so the bank's been updated. The lecterns are really, really handy. You've got details of the currency system right here, and then you've got the history of the bank right here. Also, I've topped out both Toadstool Tower and Brimstone Heights. Toadstool Tower is finished. And I've added a bunch of stuff on the top floor that kind of blend the 1.14 update into the world. I see I've got a bunch of lanterns up there. And I've added blast furnaces, smokers, a bunch of stuff from the new update. I don't know what that sound is, but there we go. Yeah, and loads of UK flags because UK. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, I think, for what we've added. It's quite a lot. If you've seen the last update video, you can see how much we added just by me floating around. What we're kind of doing is we're making new stuff in the city, mainly focusing on necessities right now. Landmark sort of construction has kind of been on hold for a minute because we're doing the sort of necessary stuff that the city needs. For example, the mall. And revamping the bank and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're kind of giving the city more of like a city feel, and we're trying to incorporate it with the new updates. So that's kind of what we're focusing on right now. Well, obviously the airport once that's finished, it will be, crazy. Like the airport's just such a necessary thing that we had to do it at some point. Um, but yeah, so that that is going to be our goal for the future. We're just kind of like we will add landmarks. We do obviously need to finish this island as well. We're going to focus on the other little islands that were back over that way. Where the train tracks went over. Um, yeah, just kind of adding bits here and there. We don't really have any specific things we want to do. We're just kind of doing things at our own pace. Um, but construction on this world has definitely like massively increased in this past year because, well, even in the past like 3 months, because my friend Martin's been helping me make stuff, and it's just overall boosted the progression of this world. Um, we're not going to release a download link yet, but we will when the world is a bit more complete. Um, it's kind of hard to like choose a period of time to release this download link. I wanna keep you guys updated, but I don't wanna release them too early, so people get sick of it or whatever. I want to release it all when it's finished, and I want people to have something to look forward to, as opposed to just, it would be cool to have people, have this world now and then see what they do with it if they were going to add stuff. Another thing as well is that we don't have, this is vanilla Minecraft. We've used no mods for this. Um, so it'd be interesting to see what people would do with mods with this world. But for now, we're not going to put a download link. We're just going to keep posting update videos and go from there. Put stuff on Planet Minecraft. We do have a Discord as well. I'm kind of slacking putting on there what we've updated and stuff. But overall, like we post in there. So if you wanted to join the Discord for this world, just let me know. I don't also that bug is really annoying. Like if anyone knows like if that's a 1.14 thing or anything, just please feel free to let me know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this update video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be posting more on Planet Minecraft. I have been slacking lately, but we have been working on it, so that's why I wanted to do this update video to show you guys we're still working on it. It's just slowly but surely. And we have done a lot of work on this city in the last few months. It's pretty much been like half my life, like just adding stuff to this city. But it's really coming along nicely, which is nice to see. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.